Hey, Josh and or Vika. My name is Steven. I spoke with Vika earlier today, and she said to go ahead and shoot over this video. Now, in this video, I'm going to be going over three things that you guys can start doing today to start ranking above your competition when it comes to online searches. One of these you're already doing pretty good with, which I'm going to go over. But by the end of this video, if you can see that I do have the know-how to get you more jobs and get you seen more, you can go ahead and reach back out to me, or you can just take this information and implement it yourself. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into this. Now, the three things I'll be covering are content, citations, and backlinks. Now, content is everything on your website. We're primarily focused on your homepage here, though. Now, Google likes to see at least 1,500 words of content on these websites dealing with service-based industries such as HVAC. This gives you plenty of opportunity to add in all the buyer intent keywords. Basically, this is the keyword phrases that people are searching for when they're searching for your services online. Now, I know that you are in Youngsville, but you're not far from Raleigh, so I'm going to be using Raleigh. I brought up the number one competition in Raleigh just because that gets so much search volume, right? And that's Comfort Monster, and I threw them into a tool here that I subscribe to called SE Ranking. I'm sorry for the. Okay, there we go. This is comfortmonster.com, and they are currently being found for 4.4 thousand keywords, and their website was clicked on 1.6 thousand times just in the past 30 days. So I went ahead and threw your website into the same tool, thermalsolutionsnc.com. You're currently being found for 48 keywords, and over the past 30 days, your website was clicked on right around 7 times. So we can take a look at our competitor again, and we can click on this 4.4K, and that's going to bring up every single one of their keywords, which we don't want to go through them all, right? So there's a way we can go ahead and filter things out, but I just went ahead and I arranged them by search volume, and I just kind of started taking a look. And what we're really looking for, we call them buyer intent location based keywords. So anybody searching for HVAC companies Raleigh NC is looking to purchase a service, right? So this term alone was searched 720 times just in the past month. These are a couple different reports, one saying they're number one, one saying they're number two. They're number one for Raleigh, right? But we could go through here and grab all the keywords that are relevant for your services and locations and put them on your website. And then we could also fill in the gaps. We could find ones keywords if they have any that they if they don't if they have any that they don't have on their website, we could find them and put them on your website as well. And so let's go ahead and take a look at your keywords. We'll click on that 48, and let me hit the search volume here. See if you have any of the top ones. So Thermal Solutions, these are all branded, right? So we're looking for, okay, you've got mostly branded. It doesn't look like you have any buyer intent. So that would be the first plan of attack, right? Is make sure you have those buyer intent, because if you don't, Google can't even find you to rank you, right? So that would be first. And that's why it's important to have that at least 1,500 words on your homepage, so you can put in all those keywords. Next, I'd like to go over citations. And you're in Youngsville. Citations has everything to do with your Google business profile. Now, when people are searching these terms like HVAC Youngsville NC, and you can get found for HVAC Raleigh NC as well, but not for your Google business profile. All right, you're a little bit too far away from Raleigh, so that's why I'm using this. So studies have shown that anywhere between 40 to 60% of people searching these terms are going to be clicking on one of these businesses here in the map pack. Like I said, this is your Google business profile. And now most people, usually it's just three. There's three what we call organic. And this is where you're doing good already. You're already in the organic. This sponsored, that's not always going to show up. And a lot of people don't like clicking on ads anyway. So this is what's important. So you're already in there, but it's a lot of people think it's the reviews, and if it was reviews, you guys would be number one. But it's not I mean, that plays a part. But the two main factors are proximity, which is why you can't rank your Google business profile in Raleigh, and what we call citations. Now, a citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online. Now, some examples of these would be like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau. There's quite a few, and you guys must have quite a few to get up in here. Um, uh, but what you can do is Google the top 100 HVAC directories for citations and make sure you're in every single one of those directories, right? Um, that would be the first thing to do, and that might even get you to that number one spot. On top of that, these days, a lot of businesses just don't know this, but you can Google the three core data aggregators, and you want to make sure and you get verified into those. There is a small fee, but absolutely worth it. And what that does is once your business is verified in those aggregators, it takes all your information and it pushes it out to hundreds of other applications, directories, and GPS systems. This creates data consistency across all platforms, across all those platforms, which is a huge trust signal for Google and for these AI platforms like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, all of them. And they'll be more likely to refer your business when people are searching through those platforms, and you're more likely to stay in the map pack and get and rank up over your competition here. Now, underneath, but you're doing pretty good right now. But that's just to let you know in the future. Now, underneath, and I'm going to go back to Raleigh, but you aren't ranking number one in Youngsville either. But let's go to Raleigh. This is all relevant. What I tell you here is going to be the same for Youngsville. But this is Raleigh. Now, the number one spot underneath the map pack, this captures anywhere between 30 to 50% of all the clicks. So the map pack is between 40 to 60, but that's split in between the three businesses. This is 30 to 50 all by itself. The main driver here is what we call backlinks. Now, when talking about backlinks, where it's essentially when you have other websites on the internet, and say, for example, you have a website on the internet, it has a link on it, and when it's clicked, it links back to your website. This is an example of a backlink. And the more relevant and the more popular that these websites are that are linking back to your site, the better. Google uses these backlinks as like an online referral system. So say, for example, you have a local blog page or a popular industry related site that's linking back to your site. That's what's actually going to help push your website up in the rankings. Now let's go back to this tool that we were looking at earlier that looks like it's freezing up on me. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right. So I want to pay attention. This is our competitor, Comfort Monster, and I want to pay attention to this section here. To be clear, it's through your content, primarily your keywords, that Google is able to find you for what people are searching for online. Once they find you, they got to determine where they're going to place you on that list, right? Page 1, page 10, somewhere in between, and that is determined by your backlinks. So our competitor in Raleigh currently has 666 backlinks. They made a deal with the devil, and they're getting them from a total of 232 other websites they're called referring domains. Let's take a look at yours. You guys currently have 49 backlinks coming from a total of 28 other websites. So it's a pretty big disparity in numbers, but it's not so much about the numbers. Let's go back here. It is about the quality of the backlinks and the relevance of the websites they're getting from. So this is what we want to look at. We want to look at these 232 websites, which we're going to do. We can click on that number. That's going to pull up all 232, all 12 pages of the websites, and it would benefit you to get a tool like this and go through all these websites and acquire backlinks from every single one of these websites. Now, if you were to do this, because it's through the websites are what's pushing power to their website and pushing them up in the rankings. That's why this is important. So if you were to do this, it would take some time, and you don't want to do it all at once, which would pretty much be impossible anyway. It takes time for Google to go ahead and index all that as well. But over time, that would put you in contention for the number one spot in Raleigh, Youngsville, wherever you were trying to rank, right? And there's ways to point those backlinks to certain location pages wherever you're trying to rank. But that would put you in contention for this number one spot. What would really put you over the top is after you executed all that in your month over month, just add like 15 to 20 more backlinks from other relevant websites, and that you would end up taking over that number one spot and claiming all that traffic, right, that they're getting. Now, just to recap, first thing is going to be content. You want at least 1,500 words on your front page with the right keywords in the right amount of keywords. Second are citations. Like I said, you're doing pretty good there, but you could also, I would still go and Google the top 100 HVAC directories for citations and make sure you're in all those directories. And then on top of that, go ahead and get verified in the 3 core data aggregators. And then lastly are backlinks, meaning you need more relevant more relevant websites linking back to your site to show Google that you guys are the authority in and around the Raleigh-Youngsville area. Now, like I said at the beginning, you guys can take this information and implement it yourself, or if you want to book a discovery call with me, again, my name's Steven. I'm somewhat local. I live here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. You can simply reply back to this email or give me a call at 910-551-2006. Other than that, I really appreciate your time, and I hope you guys stay warm the next couple days. Take care. Bye.